Dan from Revocation, and you're watching PureGrainAudio. Yeah, I'm definitely satisfied with the outcome. I usually am with this band, to be honest. I feel like every record we've done closer to what we want to accomplish as a band. You know, we just like get a little bit better at songwriting as time goes on. Although, I've been telling people about this. One of the songs I wrote on Great Is Our Sin, Monolithic Ignorance, actually, I wrote that song like 10 years ago, like wondering, because I was a fan of Revocation, and I was like, well, if I was in Revocation, how would I write a song as like a songwriting exercise? That was pretty much the song that came out at the time, but I did revise it, like took out some crappy riffs and like updated some stuff with my 31-year-old brain, you know what I mean? So it was cool that that song actually ended up on the record because I kind of had it in the backlog for so long. I think it came out great. Yeah, I'm really stoked with how that album came out. I think the production is killer, and Zeus was a pleasure to work with, as always. Dave knocked it out of the park with his songs. You know, we want every record to be a bit different than the one before it, but still have that Revocation sound. You know what I mean? Well, it's challenging for sure, but I mean, you know, I enjoy the challenge as a songwriter, you know? And like, I write for numerous projects, and that can be challenging. Like, sometimes I'll write a song in my house, and I'm like, which band am I going to use this for? And then once I figure it out, I'll take some riffs out and put in some like more appropriate riffs for the project. I enjoy it, so yeah, it's challenging, but it's also rewarding and fun for me, so. Personally, don't write songs with the live setting in mind. I just never have. That's just like not my style. But I mean, you know, sometimes the songs sound good live anyway. I'm not even sure if Dave thinks about that when he writes, but that would be a question for him. But personally, no, I don't do that. I mean, not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I think some bands keep that in mind and write great songs, but it's just not something I've ever really thought about. No, we all do our homework and make sure we have the shit down, you know what I mean? Like, before we even hit the studio, like, I make sure I've mastered the songs, you know? And the only thing that makes it difficult live is, like, you gotta headbang. So, like, sometimes if we've never played a song live, I'll be, like, awkward on stage for a bit, trying to, like, figure out where I can headbang, and sometimes when I am headbanging, I'm, like, looking at the fretboard anyway, you know? It can be tough, but again, that's, like, a challenge that I enjoy. We used to write in the room a lot because 3 of the 4 members lived in Boston. So I would drive up and we'd jam and like write shit in the studio. But now we have one guy in Virginia, one guy in Vancouver, BC. Dave's in Boston and I'm in New York. So I'll write the majority of my riffs in my room. I'll program drums and send it to the guys, and then we'll meet up and hash it out and bounce ideas off each other. But I wish we jammed in the studio more. We still do, just not as much because we're so spread out. Good so far. It's been great. I did a cruise when I was a little kid. I barely remember it. It was cool to play like first thing in the morning, well, 1 o'clock. But I woke up and just changed my strings, warmed up, and then we played, and then we're done, you know, so that was cool. There's a lot of people here, a lot of people I know, a lot of people I didn't expect to see, which is cool. A lot of good bands. Yeah, I'm stoked so far, man. It's only been 1 day and I'm having a great time. No one's annoying. It's just like a lot of nice people. People are respectful, you know. Good times talking to people on this tour, on this boat so far, yeah. Haven't seen much yet. I really wanted to see Demolition Hammer, but they were on at 3 a.m. and I was in bed, so I'll probably catch their next set. But there's so many bands, and there's so many like ends of the metal spectrum are here. There's no way I could see every band, but I want to see like, you know, a select few for sure. No, I don't get intimidated by that. I'm just as intimidated playing in front of like people who aren't in bands. You know what I mean? Because like everybody that sees you has an opinion. You know, so I don't really think that like necessarily their opinion means more than somebody else's, you know. I mean, like, it's cool when somebody you respect and look up to likes you, but if they don't, I'm not, like, heartbroken, you know what I mean? Because we have different tastes, and a lot of the stuff I like, nobody else likes, so it's cool. On the cruise, it was mostly just like, hey, I'm a big fan. Oh, actually, you told me that it was one of the best sets you've seen, so that's pretty sick. Actually, a couple of people told me it was one of the best sets they saw, and that really makes me feel good because I was really nervous up there, and I was like, because it's just like an unfamiliar setting, it's a stage I've never played on before. A couple of things didn't really go smoothly as we were setting up, like we had to switch out some mics because they were cutting out. So I was a bit like out of my element, and again, like the floor was extremely slippery, so I didn't want to step around too much. And I normally step around more, but I kind of just stayed put, and that sort of killed my vibe. But it was cool, and it was really good to hear that people enjoyed it.